for your glorious light that shines in all darkness. We thank you, Adonai, for your light that shines in all darkness. We thank you, Adonai, there's not a single molecule of darkness that overcomes you. You overcome it all. Lord God. Thank you, Lord. Please stand for the Shema. Including you guys. You going to help, Esme? Or are you just going to look cute? Okay.
Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Baruch Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malkuto, Eolam Vayen. Israel, the Lord our God, blessed be His name, whose glorious kingdom is forever and ever. Amen.
Strong God, you are our strong God. Help us, Adonai, to say that, to pray that, Adonai, and not just to say, where are you, Lord? Help us in those times where we feel like we should be saying, where are you, Lord? That you are our strong God. Blessed is your name. Ever-present help. Ever-present help. Ever-present help. Magnificent. Blessed are you, Lord. Blessed are you, Lord. Praise your name. Praise your name. Blessed is your name. Thank you, Adonai. Thank you, Adonai, for being just so great that great words don't even do it justice. Thank you, Adonai. Thank you, Adonai. The Jewish liturgy says it right when it says you are high above all our blessings and our praises and our hymns and anything we could sing and anything we could praise. You are high above that. Thank you, Adonai, for being so far higher than anything we can even offer to you. It's closer than a brother. That's right. Blessed are you, Lord. Blessed are you. Blessed are you. Holy One. Blessed are you. Thank you. Naisha, come forward. Thank you. Praise the name of the Lord. Hallelujah.
Please be patient and the music will come. Ha ha ha. Provide a little humor.
Let me see what you got. Cheat sheets are good for her. We all need them. Being prepared is better. That's right. Let me see what you got. Okay, that'll be a little bit later. And it came to pass whenever the ark went forward that Moses said, Arise, O Lord, and let your enemies be scattered.
Those who hate you flee from before you.
We're from Zion, according to Torah.
And the word
Of the Lord.
From Jerusalem.
Amen.
Amen.
Vayihi Aharon vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai v'yafutu oivecha v'yanusu misnecha mipanecha ki mitzion teitei Torah
Ki mitzion teitei Torah Odama Adonai Yerushalayim.
Wait, hold on a second. That's the deal, that. All right. Baruch Shenatan
Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah,
Le'amo Yisrael.
Amen. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who chose us from all the peoples and gave us to us His Torah, Blessed are you, Lord, giver of the Torah.
ויהי מקץ שמקיים ימים האור חולם והנה עומד על היאור.
It came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh was dreaming, and behold, he was standing by the Nile.
Baruch atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Asher natan lanu
Amen.
Blessed are you, O Lord, our God, King of the universe, who gave us the Torah of truth and set us everlasting life our eyes from this. Blessed are you, O Lord, giver of the Torah.
Chanukah. Since we're celebrating Hanukkah, I'm going to share it in a way that even children can understand. So kids, why don't you all come forward? Everybody come and sit.
Sit around the campfire.
Sit around the campfire. Not over there. Sit.
Come on a little closer. Come a little closer. Wonderful.
Beautiful. So does everybody know what holiday we're celebrating? Hanukkah. Wonderful. So does everybody know what Hanukkah celebrates and why we celebrate Hanukkah? You know? Lana?
The Maccabees took the temple back from the Greeks.
That's part of it. That's very good. So does everybody know when the story of Hanukkah took place? So the story of Hanukkah, what we celebrate, the events that took place about 200 years. Is that you, Susan? It took place about 200 years before the time of Yeshua. So it was a long, long time ago. And at that time, I was talking to a lot of bats. Turn around.
Sorry, I'm trying to take the line, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Hanukkah took place about 200 years before the time of Yeshua. And you know who Yeshua is, right? It's Jesus. So back then, the Greek Empire ruled the whole world. They took over the whole world, including the land of Israel. And in the land of Israel, people worshipped God. They worshipped the true God. They worshipped our Father, Adonai. But when the Greeks took over, so the people worshipped God. And worship of God is pure. And it's true. And it's light. And, let's see. Joshua, can you get me that flower pot over there? The red one. Yeah. Thank you. So let's say this is the temple of the Lord. And let's say this is where the people worshipped. And let's say this represents worship of God. Well, the people of God, the people that worship God, always struggled with people from the other places, the other nations. Like during the times of the Bible, the people of the other nations, they did a lot of bad things. Like they killed people, they did a lot of bad stuff.
and they would try to lure people away. Like, what can we use as people? We can use lollipops. So these are the people of God. And they all worshipped around, give me some people, I need people. Perfect, thank you. Thank you, Esme. So all the people, they worshipped God. But the people of the other nations would want to lure them away from worshiping God by presenting to them like the way they worshipped. And in times past, they did very, very bad things, very, very evil things that lured the people away from worshiping the true God. Yes, Ben. What's that? The brown are the people, and the white are the people. We're all the people. So these are all the people of God. But the Greek Empire took over the whole world. Okay? But the Greek Empire, what they did, when they took over a place, they turned everybody into Greeks. Not that there's anything wrong so much with being Greek. How many Greeks are here? For people that were born in Greece. There's a country of Greece. And the people that lived in Greece were Greek. But they would conquer, like they would come in and conquer a place and turn everybody into Greeks. Which means that the way they lived their life, now everybody else had to live life like they lived. Okay? So hand me one of those poinsettias. One of those guys. That's a poinsettia, right? Yeah. Okay. So this, pretend, okay, thank you. So let's say this is Greece. Okay? And they would want to lure the people towards celebrating and worshiping gods the way they worship. And the thing about the Greek Empire is that they were really nice. They weren't so bad people. And the fact that the stuff that they didn't seem so bad. They really liked sports. They really liked to be athletic. They liked it when people were very, very strong looking. And they liked it when people were very, very beautiful, like they saw beauty in people. But you had to look a certain way in order to be considered beautiful. And you had to act a certain way to be considered strong. And they said, it doesn't matter who you worship. You can worship this God, that God. And they had many, many, many gods. Not the true one God. And the difference between this God and this God is that these people said you have to look a certain way to be beautiful. It was like the people on the magazine covers. When this God says you're beautiful just as you are. And this God here, with all their gods, give me another one. See, they had many, many gods. And they said that you had to be strong, you had to win in athletics and be fast and be strong and lift a lot of weights. But this says you're strong no matter what. In fact, sometimes when you're feeling weak, you're the strongest. But the way they sold themselves and said, we are better than you, it lured a lot of people this way. So they all wanted to do this. And the people of God wanted to worship gods the way they worshipped and to live life the way they wanted to live life. Okay? In fact, the name of Greece, look up on the screen, in Hebrew is Yavan. Can you say Yavan?
Yavan.
And that's another word in Hebrew. It's not only the word for Greece, it's the word for quicksand. And what does quicksand do? It does kill you. But how does it kill you? It lowers you into it, right? Very slowly. Right? And look at the Hebrew word. Hebrew starts from left to right. So, right to left. So, this is where it starts. And notice how it gets a little bit lower. And how it gets a little bit lower. So this is what quicksand does. It brings you into it slowly, and you go lower and lower and lower into it. And that's the same word for grease. In fact, in the Bible, King David in the Psalms said, He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the quicksand. That's the same word, yavam. And He set my feet upon a rock. So grease is the same word for quicksand. But God takes us out of quicksand and sets us on a rock. Okay? So the people of God were lured into this because they were beautiful, because they were strong, because they were smart. They really wanted people to be intelligent. They valued logic and reasoning and philosophy. When the truth from God says you're smart just as you are. That your brain is perfect, your mind is perfect. You have my mind. It doesn't matter if you know all this stuff. But the people were lured into it. Except for a few people. This guy's name here is Mattathias. Can you say Mattathias?
Mattathias.
And his Hebrew name was Mattisyahu. Same name as the singer. Yes, Matthew, you're right. And he had many sons. And one of them's name was Judah. And the other sons, and many sons, but one of them's name was Simon. And they said, you know what? This may look beautiful. It may sound beautiful. It may even seem like it makes sense. But I know this is the truth. I know it is. So I'm not going to be lured into that. I'm not going to be lured into the quicksand. And then what happened? See, first, the people of Greece said, just come do what we do. We're nice people. We make sense. We love everybody. It doesn't matter who you worship. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all good. But then, once a few people didn't want to do that because they know this is the truth, then they started to impose their own beliefs on this. And they started to take elements of God and remove it. Well, I don't want to destroy, this is not ours. But they would replace this with this. And they started to replace this with this. So what started out as people just saying, come do what we do. When some people rebelled and didn't do it, they made it illegal to do this. And once that happened, people started to fight back. And they were able to take the Greeks and remove them out. And once they did that, do you know the story of the temple? A miracle happened. Because once they were able to build this back up, there's a light in that temple that's in every one of you. And you know how long that light's supposed to go on for? How long?
One day.
Forever. The light is supposed to go on for, but I know where you're going with it. Yeah, I know where you're going with it too. But the light in here, which is the light that's in you, goes forever and ever and ever. So what the priests used to do is they used to replace the lights every day to make sure that they are on all the time, the candles. But they didn't have enough oil to have that keep going. They only had enough oil for one day. And then they had to get oil, they had to make the oil, do whatever they do to get oil so it would continue. So then a miracle happened. God made that light, that oil, that only was supposed to last for one day, He made it last for 8 days, which was enough time for them to make more oil. Anybody here have cell phones? Does your mom have a cell phone? Anybody know what happens when your battery goes out on a cell phone? It's really annoying sometimes. Because like your battery goes out and you want to make a call or something like that. Imagine having no battery power, but your cell phone lasts for 8 days. Would that be a miracle? Yes. That's what happened. Yes. It does go on forever. Ben wants it to go on forever, is what he said. Ben, the light that goes on forever is in here. Oh, you're Ben. I'm sorry. Well, it's in Ben too, and it's in Aniel as well. Yes, thank you, Aniel, for correcting me. So, Aniel, the light that goes on forever, is God, and He's in you. And He goes on forever and ever and ever. And He puts that forever and ever within you. And you can be assured of that, Aniel. Okay? Forever is right. So the people, once they saw that God showed Himself and made the oil last for 8 days when it was only supposed to last for 1, they got all excited. And then they said, you know what? We're taking this whole thing back. And we're going to restore all the worship for the true God, the God of Israel, the real God. And they left the ways of the Greek Empire and went back into the ways of God. And they won. And the real story is not just about a military fight and kicking out the Greek Empire. It's about the fight within that we all fight. There's God's ways and there's the ways of the world. That's the Hanukkah story. That the world tries to bring us into itself. But God's ways are always the right way. And in the right time, even if you do go about and go stumble, God will do a miracle. Because He loves you that much to do a miracle and to bring you all back. So that's the story of Hanukkah. Any questions? It's all that I had. Flower, he's oil, he's light, he's cloud, he's sky, he's everything. Anything else? Yes, Ben. You mean the quicksand name? Why did they get a new name? It's just how God did it. You know, that name was that name before there was even the name of Greece. That's why Hebrew is a divine language. Yes, Anya. Can we say this again? He is our breath. Aniel said that Jesus is our breath.
Yes.
And He's the breath of life. Any other questions? Okay. Very good. I think we're done. Thank you. So we're going to have a presentation. Are we ready?
He tried to mock us, but he did not succeed. deny. But light one candle for the terrible sacrifice of justice and freedom demands. And light one candle, G, for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. And light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. And light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our hearts. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. And what is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? And what's the commitment to those who have died? We cry out have not died in vain. We have come this far, always believing that judgment will somehow prevail. And this is the burden, this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine.